Will Meyer joining us now, and we are going to fly through these three movies that are out in the box office so we can talk about the Oscars here in a minute. So let's start with 999.
999, it's a heist thriller, which is one of my favorite genres. It's about a gang of criminals and cops who plan to murder a police officer in order to pull off their biggest heist yet. Got an incredible cast. Got Casey Affleck, Anthony Mackie, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Kate Winslet, Woody Harrelson. They're all here because there's a great indie director, but this is a genre film, as I said. It works pretty well as a heist film. I think it's really gritty and intense and realistic. It's entertaining throughout, and it has good performances, but there's just too many of these characters. For one, it's a story about really these two cops, Anthony Mackie and Casey Affleck, but there's so much focus on everybody else that they kind of get lost in the shuffle. Also, the story, it's kind of incoherent. The twists are predictable, or they're just ludicrous. As I said, though, I mean, this movie is pretty thrilling. In the first 10 minutes alone, you get a bank robbery, a high-speed chase, and a shootout. So I was entertained, and I think, as I said, it works fairly well as a heist film, but not a great movie overall. It's got some problems. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to say rent this one.
All right, moving on to Race.
Race, yeah, this is the movie about Jesse Owens. He, in his quest to become the greatest track and field athlete in history, he is thrust onto the world stage of the 1936 Olympics, where he faces off against Hitler's vision of Aryan supremacy. It's a movie where Stephen James plays Jesse Owens. It also has Jason Sudeikis, Jeremy Irons, William Hurt. I like the conceit of this movie, that it tries to not just be a typical sports biopic. It focuses a lot on the Olympics. I feel like I learned a lot. It talks about the political implications of us being, involved in the event. But as a biopic, it's not that great. I felt like I learned a lot about Jesse Owens, but I really didn't care much about him. He's really dull here and just comes across as a boring person, and I highly doubt Jesse Owens was really a dull person in real life. So dramatically too, even the race scenes are kind of boring. While I did feel like I learned a lot as sort of a history lesson, as drama, it doesn't work so well. So I'm going to say rent it.
All right, Lady in the Van.
Lady in the Van is a comedy that stars Maggie Smith. It's a true story about this woman who lived in a van inside this guy's driveway for 15 years. If you like the star of Downton Abbey and Harry Potter, Maggie Smith, then you're going to love this movie because she's hilarious here. She chews the scenery for 2 hours. But this is also works as a drama as well. This is a movie about this woman who had a lot of guilt, and she had sort of post-traumatic stress after she witnessed this tragedy, and she just may have been involved with it. So it works as a comedy and as a drama. I really enjoyed it. I think this one's definitely worth seeing, especially if you like Maggie Smith, then you will adore this movie.
All right. 2 rents and a see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too bad this week, but everybody's talking about the Oscars today. Yeah. That is for sure. A lot of talk about Leonardo DiCaprio already writing his speech.
Yeah, he should just go ahead and stand on stage.
Yeah, and then when you have The Revenant itself getting a lot of talk about the director, and could he go back to back?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't happened in 65 years, but, he won last year, so I think he may have a good chance to do it again. This is the toughest Oscars to call in years. I mean, I've been making predictions since I was 12 years old. I cannot remember a year that was more difficult to call. I mean, this one, I think it's probably going to go to The Revenant for Best Picture and Best Director, but I could be wrong. George Miller has a good shot at getting Best Director. Spotlight has a good chance of getting Best Picture too. So, and I personally, if I were voting, I would give it to Spotlight over The Revenant. You never know how things could go. The Big Short got a late surge too, so it may even win. So I'm excited, more so than I have been in a long time, because I really have no idea what's going to happen.
It's not one where everybody's just like, oh, that's going to be it.
I mean, a couple of the acting races are sewn up, but there's so many that are unpredictable, I feel like.
Any upsets can you?
You know what? I was on the way here, I was thinking, Sylvester Stallone's getting a lot of acclaim for Creed, but I have a feeling like Mark Rylance could come in there and get Best Supporting Actor. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of upsets. I feel like I'm going to be very wrong on a lot of my picks, but I'm fine with it because I like it when it's exciting.
I feel like the only one that people are like pretty good on is the Best Actor and Actress.
Yeah, and those are the only 2 really sure bets.
Brie Larson,
yeah,
right?
Brie Larson for
Room, and Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant. People basically already have them pushed off to the side. Their Oscars basically already in hand.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to be taking a lot of pictures together tonight, for sure.
All right, Will Meyer, you're going to be tweeting out tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to live tweet. Find me on Twitter at Will Meyer Movie, so I'm going to give you my thoughts throughout if you'd like to see. So, yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, we'll see what upsets, who wins Best Picture, who wins Best Director. I think those are the big questions heading into tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.